and I'll finish that little introduction once the game has begun. So we have a blue Terran player, Qwerty, and a yellow Zerg player, Kanjee. Another fast load, and this is on Ohana ladder edition, and it is the best of 3. So top 8 players go through to the, I think it was the GPD Cup. I'll just confirm that. Yep, GPD Cup, which has top 8 qualify for Masters Cup, top 4 qualify for the GPD Cup, which has a $50 prize pool, 25 first, 15 second, 10 third. The winner of today's GPD, number 49, gets $10 and 1 hour of coaching, as I stated earlier. So, spawning up the top left is the yellow Zerg player, kanjee. Spawning down the bottom right is the blue Terran, Qwerty. So Ohana being the first map, this is a best of 3. The loser will pick the next map of the set. So finally into the longer matches, longer games where we have more than a best of 1. So if you do make a mistake, you can make up for it next game by beating your opponent, and that is what we like to see. I think it gets to best of 7 in the finals. Quarterfinals will be a best of 5, I'm certain of that. And a barracks went down at 12 for Qwerty. So this is another Terran versus Zerg, the second one I've streamed in a row. I don't think I've streamed a mirror matchup this far, which is pretty good because generally they can be boring. So hatch first for kanjee at 15 supply. Will we see the spawning pool follow it similar to Crumpet last game? We see a gas at 14 for Qwerty as well, which just now finishes. So yeah, it looks like a spawning pool will go down at 14. So 15-14 for kanjee, and the placement of this can stop a bunch of Hellions just running in to your mineral line. So I like that. And the hatchery, of course, at the natural position. Will we see a 1-rack expand from Qwerty, as we did from the Terran in the last game? So Overlords already made their way halfway across the map, while the drone will try to get a scout, but he will be denied, and a Marine is on the field. He did change the rally so that he was able to kill that drone, and the drone jumps into the gas for a gas steal, and spawning pool has now finished for kanjee, the Zerg player. His hatchery will follow it shortly, and we haven't seen a gas 1-rack expand. We've seen a factory be thrown down. So will we see some very fast alien pressure, and nicely done by kanjee. He cancelled and threw down another gas, keeping that drone alive, although now I think with 2 Marines. Yep, so it's a reactor factory. The factory hatchery is on the way. We'll see double Hellions, and he might be able to keep it alive again. He does. So very nicely done by kanjee, and 2 Marines aren't enough to deal with this. And now a few Lings are streaming across the map. They might actually catch these Marines out of position. We have a second gas going down for kanjee, and it'll be interesting to see what tech he transitions into, and he still managed to keep that drone alive. So that drone's obviously of some importance to him, because he threw down 3 gases, cancelled them all, and then brought 4 links off the map to save him, and he will see the factory with the reactor, and he will be a alien. So Spine Crawler is thrown down, and we might see an evolution chamber as well to complete some kind of wall in, and that SCV is going to go down. Won't even make it to the ramp of the Zerg player kanjee. 2 Hellions now on the field, as well as a tech lab on the barracks of Qwerty. So expansion is halfway, or about a quarter, I'd say. Quarter finished, and he will go and drop that in his natural. So he'll probably wait until these next 2 Hellions pop, yep, and move out with 4. No supply depots in production, so he is... Oh, there it is. Food supply blocked temporarily, but okay. He's got 2 more Hellions, and he's researching combat shield, 4 Marines, but 2 Queens are ready to help with the Hellion pressure, as well as the Spine Crawler, and speed on the way for the Lings as well. And a Lair now almost finished. for, no, it's about a quarter for the Zerg player, which will open up to all kinds of tech. Will we see a Mutaling common um, composition against Terran, although a Roach Warren has gone down. Of course, checking for a third first, doesn't find one, and now he will look to push up right when the Queen heads back. Drops a Truma, yeah, Truma, drops a Tumor, and 6 Hellions moving up, and they should know wiser than to bother engaging with that Spine Crawler. He tried to take out the Creep Tumor, but he didn't manage to. Meanwhile, his expansion is up and running. 3 Marines defending, and he's now got 3 barracks, a factory, and a starport. While the Hellions are just queued to patrol, and the Lings are eating away the back door of this natural, maybe hoping to grab a third and be able to secure it. So loses that Overlord there, creating a slight supply block, and armor is being researched at the evolution chamber for our Zerg player. Meanwhile, Lair has finished, and his hatchery is his macro hatch is halfway. So Roaches and Lings will be the early to mid game composition for Kanjee, it looks like. While we're gonna see some medivacs, some siege tanks, and a ball of biological units for Qwerty. He's getting that expansion up and running. He is capable of defending a Ling run by. I'd say at this stage Qwerty's putting on a nice choke. He is putting a lot of pressure on his Zerg opponent and causing him to create a few units. He's got a few roaches out now, and these Hellions might have to retreat back home, but of course keep map control and prevent Lings on the watchtowers knowing when there will be some kind of push across the map. So he's gonna check for, is he gonna check for fourth? Looks like he's gonna check for a fourth or a third in an unusual location. But third now goes down at the standard third location, and Kanjee now takes the lead in terms of bases. We have a Medivac. Okay, so a Medivac loaded up with 8 Marines ready to drop into the main, but this Overlord is probably going to detect that, where this one didn't. But yeah, this Overlord up here is probably likely to detect that, while Hellions are heading, all 6 of these Hellions, heading into the third of Kanjee. A lot of upgrades at this stage being researched. We have rollers being researched for Banshees. We have, sorry, rollers being researched for Banelings. We have a spy going down. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a mutiling ball at this stage. As I was kind of assuming would happen early game, he did get that Roaches just to kind of fight back against the Hellions while they drop here with Marine, takes out 1 Queen, and he should really beam these up before they all go down. And he only lost 2 Marines, so it was probably effective. 100 minerals worth of Marines, 150 for a Queen, plus the capability of injecting larvae at both of these. So Burrow and Tunneling Claws has finished, and is that Roach Speed as well, maybe? So all kinds of units. We're going to have Mutalisks, Zerglings, Banelings, and Roaches tunneling around. We've got Creep being spread here so that the third can't initially go down for Qwerty. The supply counts are pretty even, and he's getting an armory now as well, Qwerty. Is that so he can advance to 2-2 upgrade, or will we see some Thors on the field? Maybe it will be both. We've got 3 Spine Crawlers trying to secure this third, and we have a lot of Queens as well, injecting larvae and dropping creep tumors. So this creep spread is nice. It's heading towards the natural of Qwerty, and Mutalisks are now being produced. So we have Zerg Armor level 2 on the way, Zerg Melee Attack level 1, and we have a bunch of Mutalisks. So interesting to see. So a few Roaches are still on the field, but don't think they're going to be the key composition for the Zerg player. So the Hellions shoot off first, check the coast is clear, while Qwerty moves his very large marine tank medivac force up into this high ground location. Will he siege up with these and force the Zerg into some kind of aggression? We'll soon find out. He's got vision of this, of course, because it's on his creep. He's got the Mutalisk. He's going to try to catch the tanks out of position. So many Zerglings and Banelings, and will they be able to grab around? Will he take out the tanks with the Mutalisk? Banelings, nice spread of Marines by Qwerty, but really not enough. Banelings just wiped it out so easily, and Kanjee just destroyed Qwerty's entire force, and he could so easily put on a counterattack here. He's going to take out all of these medivacs on their way back, I assume, especially the one loaded up with a Marauder, and no, that's a siege tank, and two Marines. So meanwhile, the Lings are streaming over at this command center. This Zerg will have to be cancelled. There it is. A lot of trouble now for Qwerty. Kanjee has the large, very large ball of units. He's got Zerglings. Did he ever get speed? I don't think he ever got speed for his Zerglings, but oh yeah, they're really. So he's got the Banelings as well with rollers, and he's got the Roaches. He's got the Mutalisk. He's now getting his fourth base has just finished. 2-2 upgrades for Qwerty. Level 2 attack is halfway finished, and the armor has just begun, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hold it. He's trying to get his expansion down now here and secure it. He's looking to go for a drop. Let's see the path of this drop. Right into the third. The path of this drop. Right into the main. So it will definitely throw Kanjee off, but he's almost maxed. Qwerty's at 100 supply. I don't think it's going to do enough to secure the game, but I like Qwerty's fighting spirit. Trying to stay in it, and level 2 attack melee is beginning for Kanjee, which is as high as he can go, unless yeah, Hive Tech is now on the way. So will we see him get the attack speed upgrade for Zerglings? Will we see level 3-3 on the way? Our Mutalisks are going to see what they can do. There's a missile turret there though, so I don't think they're going to be able to take out too much. He checks for a third. And a drop goes down here at this fourth. A drop also goes down up here at the third. Takes out a gas at both. And he's going to try to take out these fine crawlers, but he's going to have to beam them up and doesn't lose a single marine up here. Meanwhile, more Zerglings come to deal with this drop. And fine crawlers definitely aren't going to make this possible. There are three fine crawlers in the middle line. If he holds position, he might be able to take out a couple of... Ooh, groups of blood smear on the ground, and he should probably beam these up now because he's going to lose all of these marines at this stage. He might have been able to kill a few workers, but really not what he needed to secure his position in this game. So many units here. So many lings. If we have a look, we have 20 banelings, 4 roaches, 17 mutalisks, 81 lings, and 32 larvae ready to create a whole nother army when Kanjee loses some of these. So this is really going to be the problem for Qwerty. Even if he does trade evenly, there will be a whole nother Zerg army knocking on his doorstep as soon as that happens. And so many Mutalisks now, 17 Mutalisks just heading towards this third base. Marines do manage to take a few out, and they stim, and they actually take out a lot more than Kanjee would have liked. But these Zerglings and Banelings are now going to definitely see revenge. Siege tanks blasting away, doing a bit of damage, but just way too much. They will hold them in position while the Banelings... Wow, we actually managed to take out all the Lings, but definitely not the Banelings. And so yeah, they did kind of trade evenly, but 156 supply. We have an Ultraless cannon on the way. We have 76 Zerglings being produced. So as anticipated, Kanjee is just able to produce such a fast army so quickly, and all of these mutalisks actually go down. But look at the lings just running in so quickly out of the very threatening ball of lings. Will we wait to see some ultralisks on the field? He's turning a bunch of them into banelings, floating a lot of minerals now as Zerg player, while the Terran would do anything for some minerals. Got a very high gas count himself, but now these lings are just streaming in one by one. That's probably not the best way to do it because they're hardly even reaching the ball before they attack. But wow, how many banelings is that? 52 banelings, level 3 melee attack on the way. We also have the 2 upgrades for the Ultralist. We have, no, sorry, just 1 upgrade for the Ultralist. We have the level 5 armor, which will be produced after the level 3 armor has finished on the evolution chamber, and the third goes down so easily. Just these lings and banelings. Nothing really to defend Qwerty's base. He's mined out of his main now. He is almost mined out of a lot of patches at this natural. He's got a third up here, but he's really not in a position to defend that. Not with the mobility of the Zerg army. He'll be able to have that over there in no time. A fifth base going down for kanjee, which means, and that's not for mining, that is just for producing so many units. He now, how many larvae does he have at once? He has 22 larvae. He's in production of 2 ultralisks and 4 infestors. He is going to have almost every type of Zerg unit possible, apart from vitalisks, I'd say. Apart from that, he's got pretty much every unit you can get from larvae, and he's caused that to lift up. And this here is the death drop for Qwerty. It's an all-in. He's going to have scouted it with these lings. He's going to be prepared for it. Will he? We see some queens in position. He's just going to follow it and wait until they drop, forcing him to drop into the main. Qwerty GG's. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get that drop away successfully, and he leaves the game. So quite a long game there. kanjee just has the economic advantage